Just focus. Oh, just breathe. Just gotta breathe, I'll be fine. What was that? What was that? It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing. Hi, I'm Mango, and I feel like a dinosaur because last year I realized Fnaf turned 10 years old. I've been on the internet since the first game released. I was there for all the Let's Players reacting to it, I was there for the mountain of game theory videos, and I was there for the endless waves of fan game after fan game after fan game. Some of those fan games were really good, and some weren't. Back when FNAF fan games were first blowing up, it was kind of a coin toss on whether you'd get a coherent fan game or just some kid swapping Freddy with their favorite cartoon character. Even today, FNAF fan games are still being made, and just like the 2010s, some are not that great. But that got me thinking. All the kids who made bad fan games back then are a decade older, so who's making the bad ones now? A new generation of FNAF kids continuing the tradition of their predecessors? Or just inexperienced devs trying to make something playable? Like you! I started researching how the early FNAF games worked and how I would go about making one myself, and decided it'd be a good next step in my indie journey to make a fan game of my own. So, without further ado, how hard is it to make a FNAF game in Godot? So I started with making the player look left or right depending on where the mouse was, but it didn't really work, so I had to fix it with a couple clamps and ranges. Then I made buttons for the doors and lights, and tabs to switch from the office to either the breaker room or the security cams. The breaker room is going to have a big breaker switch that you have to flip when the power goes out, so I masterfully handled that with just holding down a button. Camera system works in a similar way, but with more buttons. Nice! I decided to take a little break from coding after that because my default backgrounds were getting very stale, and as unfortunate as it may be, I can't keep hyper-realistic Peter as my breaker sprite forever. Now that all the basics for the main office are done, it was time to start working on the enemies. Again, I must reiterate that I am not an artist, but this will have to do. So despite being a parody of Foxy, Funky is going to behave more like the marionette from FNAF 2. To do this, I started with a meter that drops as time goes by, which I was only able to achieve after learning how to use global variables. Variables in a script that you auto-load to use in multiple places at once. That helped me make a big ol' script for Funky, which now makes the Funka-meter fill up if the player is looking at her, and makes her move if the meter runs out.
$19 Fortnite card. Who wants it?
I had a little help for this one because I made Chunky's movement pretty similar to how Bonnie and Chica work in FNAF 1. I'll leave a link in the description to a video explaining the movement better than I can because I am dumb. I finished up Chunky with an animation for when the animals move, and a mechanic that makes Chunky disable the cams if you don't watch him close enough. And I took another drawing break after that to make the sprites for the animals, which I thought turned out beautiful. Funky's scripts looked pretty similar to Chunky's, other than a kind of hide-and-seek gimmick I tried to give him. It was a little confusing to figure out, but with a couple hundred if statements, I managed.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Fetty was actually the easiest to do. He has a simple move pattern, so it only took a full day to code him, which is a miracle for me. I just had to take some time to work out his secret extra mode, which you'll have to play to see. And finally, after that, all the animals were done, which means it's all downhill from here. But seriously, the animals are what you're dealing with the entire game, so getting them done was a huge step towards finishing. The first chunk of it was setting up the different nights, making menus, and workshopping the animals' difficulty and power level a bunch to make it feel fair and fun. Or at least I hope I did. Next came the looks, which included the sound effects, ambiance, and the obligatory phone guy.
Hey new guy, how was your first night?
And then finally, my favorite part, bug fixes. Lots and lots of bug fixes. Took me a decent amount of time, but I managed to get it done without doing anything drastic.
Know your fucking place.
And then, after missing my intended deadline by over a month, Peculiar Nights at Freddy's is done. Now for the question we asked earlier. The answer is... depends. If you're making a good one, kinda hard, not gonna lie. But if you're making a mediocre one like me, it actually wasn't that bad. I mean, I'm still pretty bad at just about every part of game development, and I was able to get out a full fan game in 4 months.
Oh, bro.
In all seriousness, the whole process for making the animatronics, or whatever you have in your game, is the hard part. After that, it really is like putting together a puzzle. Making the animatronics is like doing the border first. Once it's done, you just fill it in. The game is up on my Edge page if you want to try it for yourself. Just ignore the other two. The link for it, along with my other socials, will be in the description. And let me know if you found this interesting. It'd be fun to try this for a few more game series, but I also have some more short projects I had in mind, so comment what you'd like more. And if you don't care, then okay, I'm gonna go play literally anything that isn't Fnaf for a very long time. Bye.